We'll have to see if last week was a fluke or if this is not the time. Hello, hello. I see people starting to pop on. So good to see y'all this afternoon, Friday afternoon. I'm going to start trying to go live more often on Friday afternoon. So if y'all follow me, hi Nadia. Hello, Mrs. Trace. So far, I have a pretty good schedule down. If I go live Tuesday mornings at 10, I'm going to start trying to go live on Friday afternoons about this time. And then I do Thursday mornings for subscription only live. So if you are looking for me. All right, Miss Jody, we're going to pull a card for Miss Jody. Oh, Maine is in the house. Ooh, I've never visited Maine. I've always wanted to. It's so cold up there, though. All right. Well, I'm going to, who was I pulling a card for? Jody McElroy? I like that name. All right, Miss Jody, let's pull a card. Oh, okay. So the card that I pulled for you was the Broken Arrow. It is the Broken Arrow. It embraces the energy of peace. So what I'm seeing is that you have worked really hard. This is when you read a card, you also tap it intuitively. And I'm getting that you have worked really hard to create a lot of peace in your life. And, I say all the time, I protect my peace with a passion. Anyone who starts bothering my peace, they're going to have to go pretty soon. I mean, I'll handle a little bit of drama, but not much. And that's what I'm hearing for you. That you've worked so hard to create a peaceful, tranquil environment around you that you're going to make sure you need to protect it. Which tells me that someone's going to start bringing some drama your way. Say, no, thank you. That is yours. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you love my glasses. Thank you, Hog Horses. I appreciate that. My contacts, I don't know, they were just bothering me like crazy today. Thank you, thank you. You've had a rough 3 years. I'm sorry to hear that, Jody. So the energy of the card is, it tells me that you're going to start coming out of that. Like you've worked really hard, and they're showing me now as I'm readdressing the situation, it's like you're hacking your way through a bush with just a dull knife, like just leveling your life, cutting off things that doesn't matter. Those are huge transitions to go through. You've been doing a good job. I see that in the next 6 months, your life is going to change tremendously for the better. So keep your head up and keep plugging forward. You're almost there. All right. Mrs. Trey. Well, I'm going to pull a card for her, and then we're rolling to Spirit. How's that sound? You know what? I'm filling this other deck for you. Oh, no, there it is. I was like, wait a minute. It's gone. Where's my other deck? Okay, so I'm pulling this other deck from Mrs. Trace. Let's see what we got here. How many decks can I get going on this? I could probably pull a card from a different deck for everyone. Okay, what I'm getting, is passion and pleasure. This is about savoring your life. This is not about not having problems or things going differently. It's really about looking at your life in a different manner. I'm about to start a series, 120 days of things you didn't know about spirituality. And I've been making notes about it. And it's really about enjoying the journey, enjoying the energy of it, slowing down, smelling the roses. Life, and I see this all the time in my readings, the spirit stepping up. Life is not about the goal. It's not about where you're going. It's about the journey getting there. I want to thank everyone who is sharing and liking my live. I so appreciate you. I really thank you for your help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps in the algorithm. I so appreciate that. All right, let's do some mediumship.
Let's do something different.
What do you want to do?
Let's go psychic.
Oh, okay.
Somebody asked, so let's do it.
My moderator just said, I was about to say, okay, let's go. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for Robin Crampton. I appreciate her sharing my live, so I'm going to pull a card for her real quick. And then we're going to do psychic, my mediumship. My moderator said, let's do something different. Let's start with psychic and not mediumship, which is different. But I'm going to pull a card for Robin Crampton. Let's see. Miss Robin, let's see what we got going on here. Ooh. Miss Robin, the card I got for you is Earth Guardian. Earth Guardian is a card about staying rooted and grounded. Also, I'm hearing, I was like, why is that so important to her? I'm hearing that your upper level chakras are starting to open. A lot of times when our crown chakras and our upper level chakras start opening, we have to ground extra hard, because as the energy starts activating here and kind of opening us up to higher realms, if we don't ground, we will start getting kind of a little bit lightheaded and nauseous off and on. We'll find ourselves going to the kitchen to get snacks because food is grounding. So make sure, instead of grounding that way, which is I tend to do, is to go outside and get in the earth. Especially in Nebraska in the winter, it's hard to do that. But make sure you're getting connected to Mother Earth as much as possible. All right. Let's do some psychic. That's what my moderator said we were going to start with. So that's what we are going to do. I'm feeling great today. Thank you, Nadia. Let's see what we have here. Shelly McCain. Now remember, if y'all are helping me, you remember how to read the energy, right? If you're claircognizant, you're just going to know the answer. Clairvoyant, you might see the answer. If you are clairaudient, you're going to hear the answer. If you're clairsentient, you're going to feel the answer. If you want to know what your strongest clair is, you can go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. Under classes, there is a test you can take that will show you your strongest clair. On that vein, while you're at my website, I do have a free event coming up Wednesday evening. It is Demystifying Spirit. It is really to advertise my advanced mediumship class coming up in April. So if you have psychic, any kind of training, mediumship training, or if you've practiced any, you can join that advanced class. All right. Should Shelly go back to school? What are y'all getting? Should Shelly go back to school? What do y'all feel? I don't see anyone helping me yet, so I'm just going to start answering this.
There's 3.
Oh, yep. Apparently we got some. Oh, yes. Everyone's saying yes. I'm also feeling yes, that you should go back to school. All right. Nadia wants to know, do you see any more babies in her future? So, is Nadia going to have any more babies? Do y'all see more babies in Nadia's future? What are y'all seeing with that? You're welcome, Shelly. What are you getting? Is Nadia going to have more babies?
Not in the near term.
Some people are saying no. More people are saying no. A couple of yeses. I am actually hearing yes. And when I asked my moderator, he said not in the near term, which means he will, but not in the near term. Okay. Leslie Hill wants to know, is my new medication causing my current health problems? Leslie Hill, is her new medication causing her current health problems? What are y'all feeling on that? What are you feeling?
Yes.
I was feeling yes also. It's funny because everyone on here is saying no. I instantly felt yes, and so did my moderator.
Is Emily going to get her new house?
Emily wants to know if she's going to get her new house. Is Emily going to get her new house? What are y'all hearing on that? Got a yes. Got one yes. What are y'all feeling on that? Let's say we're saying not yet, but lots of yeses. Moderator, what are you feeling? Is she going to get her new house? He's feeling yes also, as am I. I'm feeling that you are going to get your new house. I feel a lot of joy around it. Someone is saying June. Someone else is saying in time. Do you still do spirit-led readings? The times I come on while you're live at Psychic or Cards. I do. I do spirit-led all the time. The only time I don't do spirit-led is when I'm live with Iris. So whenever y'all see me go live with Ask Iris Libby, that's the only time I don't do spirit-led readings. All the other time I do them. There's not a time I'm on live by myself that I'm not doing spirit-led. I was going to start with spirit-led. My moderator told me to start with psychic, so it's his fault. Blame him. All right. Stella wants to know, where is she? Will I move out this year? Stella wants to know, will I move out this year? So let's say 2024. Is Stella going to move out in 2024? No, yes, no. What are you feeling, moderator?
I didn't get a question.
Is Stella going to move out in 2024?
No.
He's saying no. I'm also getting no. Couple, I think a yes, but I'm mostly saying no. All right. Let's see. Kelsey. Oh, sweet Kelsey. She wants to know, will I ever get married? Kelsey wants to know, is she ever going to get married? What y'all got? Aww. Kelly said yes. Lots of people are saying yes. What are you feeling? Is she going to get married? Oh, he's busy. He don't have time to tap into this energy. He don't have time to tap into this mess. Okay, one more, and then we're going to switch over to spirit-led. All right, Michelle wants to know, is my husband's liver transplant rejecting again? Okay, Michelle wants to know, is her husband's liver transplant rejecting again? What are y'all getting on that? Nadia saying no. Lena saying yes, sorry. Yes, some no's. Unfortunately, I'm feeling yes also. Now, this is something that you have to be careful of whenever you're reading psychic energy. I mean, it could be no, that it's not. I was getting yes, and a lot of other people were getting yes, and then we had a lot of people popping on with no's. Now, sometimes what can happen is we let our ego get in the way, because the second you read that question, no one wants her husband's liver to be rejecting again. No one wants that. And so sometimes we start saying what we want to feel. And, I have a bunch of psychic medium friends, and you'll see us, I will be like, just a minute. And I would be like this, really getting my ego out of the way before I start answering questions. Because, sometimes when you want something, and it's hard, people say, I don't want to put that negative energy out there. You're not always putting negative energy out there. Sometimes you're just reading the energy as it is. And then if it's something negative, you ask, can I change that energy? Sometimes energy can be changed. All right, let's roll into some spirit-led readings. Are y'all ready for this? Thank you, Starfish Jean. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel good. I feel really good. Oh, y'all see my cute little earrings my client gave me? Aren't those cute? She made them. That's so cute. I should make a TikTok about it because she has a business. What is the name of her business? Jen Harahill Creative Company. Y'all see that? Jen Harahill Creative Company. All right. You're welcome. Y'all are very welcome. Okay, the first person I have stepping up here I'm hearing is a mom energy. This mom energy, I do like her card design. I know, isn't that cool? Her card design. She did a good job with that. This mom energy is letting me know that she loved music. She's also letting me know that she was out like bar hopping when she probably should have been home. She had a drinking problem. And she is showing me like her kids getting up and getting themselves ready for school when she really should have been getting up with them because she had been drinking the night before and didn't have the energy to get up. She loved her kids, she just had a drinking problem. She is showing me that eventually that is what led to her demise, is her drinking. Ah, thank you. Those came from Wayfair. All right, so does this mom energy fit anyone? I'm hearing an S name around her, like Sylvia, Sally, something like that. Okay, I have this mom energy. I'm hearing an S name, such as Sylvia, Sally, something like that. She loved music. She just really, I'm asking her what made her get off track with her life, and I'm feeling like the person that she was truly in love with and thought she was going to spend her life with, something happened with that relationship and she married someone else. And though she did love this new person she married, it wasn't like the person that she had lost. She is showing me, you know, she had a drinking problem, her kids would be up, had smoking problem, not drinking. Yeah, no, this is definitely a drinking problem. All right, let's see. Teresa Benz Fritz said some of it fits. Let's pull her up and see what she's got going on. Teresa, I'm about to ask you to go live. Oh, let's see if she can go. I don't know if she can go. Let's see. Let's try it again. Oh, yeah. Let's see, she's not accepting. Maybe she didn't see it come through. Let's try it again. All right, Miss Teresa, I sent you a request to go live. Let's see if you can accept. She might not be able to. Maybe she's working. It is a Friday afternoon. Here she comes. That's Miss Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
Honey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Sorry, my dogs are barking.
That's okay. They're just saying hello. I was going to say that one dog, do you have 2 or 3 dogs?
I have 2.
Why are they showing me a third dog? They're showing me a third dog. What's the third dog?
I had a chocolate lab that
Okay.
about 3 years ago we put down about this time.
Okay, very good. That dog is still in your house a lot. I knew one of those, the dog that was barking was telling me that there was another dog in the house, like this third one. So
Okay.
that's that dog that was barking, acknowledging that your other dog is still in the house all the time. Also, that dog was just barking is telling me that one of the ones you have left behind is having some teeth issues. Do you know which one of your dogs is having teeth issues?
Not that I know of.
I'm feeling that, okay, so if you're looking at the dog, he is showing me it's back on his left side, way back here.
Okay.
So just kind of look and see if you see one that's kind of, corroded. I'm just feeling like it's hurting. Has one of your dogs not been chewing on their bones back there like they used to? Have you noticed?
I guess I haven't noticed.
Okay. Well, your job now is to check and let me know because, inquiring minds and all. Okay, now away from the animals and on to, I don't know why that's been happening to me so much lately. I have been having people come to me for just readings, and out of my 4 readings today, 3 of them had animals step up and say things. So there you go, Teresa. Your animals were like, hey, she can hear me. Let me tell her about this dog that's around us all the time. Now, Teresa, who was it sounding like to you?
My mother.
Okay, very good. So it was the mom energy.
Yep.
Now, you remember your mom having a drinking problem and sometimes covering it up and not kind of getting up and coming to and taking care of y'all properly because of her drinking problem?
Yes.
She's also apologizing to you because that kind of fell on you then. She is showing me you happened to grow up faster than you should have.
That would be my older sister that took most of the responsibility.
Okay, your mom just stomped her foot and she said, stop. And I was like, okay, what is this about? She is saying that, Teresa, you frequently, like when you look at your childhood or look at traumatic events that happened to you, you downplay it because you look at someone else that had it worse.
Yes.
And she is saying that's what you just did. That yes, your older sister might have had it worse. Yes, she probably had to grow up faster, but don't underestimate the impact that had on you because you also had to grow up faster. Your mom is showing me, have you had problems with your TV recently? Was it blinking off and on? Was it?
Actually, we do have a lot of problems with our TV, and it's starting to, excuse my language, piss me off because it'll take off Hulu when we're watching a show.
Okay, so I was trying to decide, is your mom making that happen or is she just drawing my attention to it? What she is saying is that, no, she is not making that happen. Okay, so let's break this down. Teresa, I'm just going to tell you that you have a very busy house when it comes to spirit energy. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
First, your dog is yapping about another dog that's in the house, which you identified as your chocolate lab. Your mom is showing me making a TV screen blink. But then when you started talking about that huge issue that was pissing you off, she kind of backed up like, no, that wasn't me. And she pointed to another man another spirit in your house that is making that happen. But that spirit is not attached to you. So we all have spirits in our house that are attached to us. You know, we all have our team with us. But there is a spirit, in your house that doesn't belong to you. Have you walked into rooms and kind of felt the hair on the back of your neck stand up?
Yes.
That typically happens when the spirit doesn't belong to us. Because we are so used to having our own spirits around us, they don't send off any kind of alarm bells. But that spirit does not belong in your house, so he's not part of your tribe, so you can feel him. So you can make him go or you can let him stay. The choice is yours. If you want him to go, what I would do, and this is my personal opinion because I don't mind spirits around me, I would say, you know what? You can stay, but you have to stop messing with my stuff.
I always blamed it on my sister.
Nope. She's taking full responsibility for this man who doesn't belong to you. So tell them they can stay if they stop messing with your stuff. If they continue, then the power to get rid of spirits comes from within. You just, in your mind, mentally clear your house. Some people like to use sage, which you can, but you have to think about when people use sage and you go through their house, their intention is to clear it. It's the intention that clears it.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much for claiming your mom, and thank you for joining me on my live.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was a lot of information that came through there, wasn't it? I was trying to talk fast to get it all through. Woo! That's what you call machine gunning someone with information. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Another spirit lad. I'm seeing a young man step up. This young man is laughing at me because I'm calling him a young man. He is saying, I want to say around 35, because he showed me 30s and he kind of showed me in the middle. That is a young man to me. I have a daughter who's older than him, so you know what? He's a young man. He is showing me that he was still kind of a partier when he passed. At 35, I was fully married with babies and home all the time, going to school, working, doing the whole deal. He was still kind of a partier. He hadn't quite completely grown up. He is showing me having dark hair and being thin, kind of the thin, muscular. I don't see him going to the gym, but he was in pretty decent shape and he was thin. He is showing me something, it was about March, the month that we're in, there was an anniversary of some sort that happened in March, either a birthday or the anniversary of his passing. I think it was more about the anniversary of someone's passing happened here in March. Brianna says this is, what does that mean? Brenda is saying, how doesn't this grow? You know what she's talking about? Brianna is saying this fits her. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate y'all. I couldn't have this business and my account couldn't be growing if it wasn't for the support of y'all and y'all helping on my live. Okay, let me see here, Brianna. I'm about to ask you to go live. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see if she can go live. Oh, here she comes. Hi, Brianna.
Hi.
Where are you located?
I'm in around Philadelphia.
Ah, Philly.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Is there a D name around this person that you were thinking of?
Yes.
Okay. Is it like Donnie? What is
Dan.
Dan? Okay, very good. I couldn't decide. Don, Dan, Dylan. I knew it was his D name. And who was this to you?
My best friend.
Your best friend. And you know him to still be a partier. He hadn't quite settled down in life yet, even though he was kind of older.
Oh, yes. Yep.
He's, when I asked him about that, I was like, wow, that's kind of old to not have settled down yet. He was saying he just felt like he showed me a dichotomy of feelings. He kind of knew he was going to pass young.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that? He felt like he was going to pass young?
Well, I don't want to, should I say how he passed? I don't know.
Well, you can just answer. Did he ever talk about he felt like he was going to pass young?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. And so he was just going to have as much fun as he could for the time that he was here.
Right.
He is showing me that a group of people, not just one, have gotten a tattoo in his honor. Are you familiar with that?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Was there 5 people that got a tattoo, do you know?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
He was-
They all just got one because it was his anniversary of his death on March 18th.
Oh, okay, very good. So that was the March. Yep, he showed me that. He's also letting me know that he was someone who was very encouraging to other people. He was
Yep.
always other people's cheerleaders.
Yes.
And people talk about that, and he appreciates that that's how they remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brianna, what is it that you've been wanting to accomplish that would require you to go back to school for some kind of education or certificate that you are not doing?
So I'm actually in an RN program right now. I'm supposed to graduate in May, hopefully.
Well, congratulations, because that is tough.
Yeah.
You're not done with school, though. I see you going on to more.
Yeah, I want to get my bachelor's degree as well.
Okay, very good. I was almost afraid to say that because you're like, I could feel you being like, heck no, I'm
Yeah.
graduating, I'm done.
Yes. I want to be done, but I'm probably not.
No, I feel like you're not. Even if you take a break, even if you try to tell yourself that you're done, you're not.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. All right, thank you, Brianna, for letting me read your friend, and congratulations on your degree.
Thank you so much. Is he okay? I just want to, that's all I want to know, if he's all right.
He says, he's being funny. Yes, he's okay, but he said it funny. He said, and he kind of did this. He said, of
Yeah.
course I'm okay. I'm hanging with the angels.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good grief. I was trying to disconnect from that. My iPad was not cooperating. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are currently doing Spirit Led. Again, I thank you for liking and sharing my live. It really helps me in the algorithm. And also, if anyone is interested, this coming in just in a few days on Wednesday, I am doing a free event. It is a Zoom event. It's where we're going to be demystifying spirits. I'm going to break down readings, show you how I'm getting them. It is really an advertisement for my advanced mediumship class I have coming up. So if you're interested in learning higher level techniques such as force connections, how do you start working with a clair that is not your strongest one? How do you double link? Those types of things. We will definitely, and we'll be fine tuning some readings. When you first start out readings, you just start grabbing information. Advanced mediumship is really about fine tuning it. That starts April 3rd. But if you want to register for my free event, my website under events. All right. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay, I have a young man stepping up. This young man is showing me, he comes up and he brought a motorcycle, maybe it's motocross. You know, motocross, motorcycle, something like that, because when he came up, it looks like a smaller bike, so not like a big Harley, but it looks like a smaller bike. And you know how whenever people are stopping and they kind of let the back tire like create this black mark skin across the pavement, that's what he did. He's also showing me he does have a helmet on, so I'm hearing safety first. So yeah, it could be a dirt bike, it could be any of those. And I am hearing safety first. He is wearing a helmet. He is letting me know that he passed in his, I want to say he hit his early 20s. He is showing me that he is buried, not cremated. He's from the upper west, northwest. That's what I want to say. Northwest part of the United States. Though he is from the Northwest, there is a connection to the southern part of the United States. All right, so let me recap this gentleman. We can see if we can figure out who he is. He's a young man. I'm feeling he was in his early 20s. He is showing me on, someone said a dirt bike. It's motocross, dirt bike, a small motorcycle of some sort. He did wear a helmet. He's saying safety first, so he did believe in safety. He was buried, not cremated. He is showing me being from the northwest of the United States, but there is a southern connection to this. Does this young man sound familiar to anyone? There is a D name around him. I was a little bit hesitant because the last gentleman I just read had a D name. So I was like, am I remembering this D name or is this a new D name? I feel like it's a new one. Like Dylan or Donald. Does this young man sound familiar to anyone? Doesn't look like we're going to have any takers on him. So we're going to have him sit it out for a minute. Let's see, geography to where he lived and age. I do, but he wasn't wearing a helmet. Okay, so for Beth, it says geography to where he lived. I'm not quite sure what Beth is saying. Like, are you saying the geography and age don't fit? So is the only thing that fits is the bike? And then Nana Ray, you said he wasn't wearing a helmet. So honestly, when I talked about him coming up, he wasn't wearing it. He was putting it under his arm. I was assuming that he had been wearing it, and I don't honestly see it on his head. It was under his arm. And he kept talking about safety first, safety first. So it might be that he's presenting with it under his arm and telling me safety first because he should have been on the safety first. All right, I'm going to see, let's see if Miss Nana Ray can go live. Let's see what she got going on here.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you today?
I'm just getting off work. I just
Perfect timing. So who was this young man to
My
you?
nephew,
And what was his name?
Stephen
Okay, what is the D name around him?
Dale. It's his grandpa. He had to live with them. My mom and him.
Okay, very good. So I'm so glad you put that on there because for him to say Dale, a D name around him, that was his grandfather. I was like, but you said he lived with his grandfather, so that makes sense. Okay, so is his grandfather also in spirit?
No, this is his step grandfather that he lived with, the Dale one, but his paternal one is in heaven or
Okay,
deceased.
very
Yes.
good. Very good. So he's referencing this grandfather that is in spirit with him.
Okay.
The one that is Earthside, this one who is Dell, does he have does he have Alzheimer's? Does he have some memory problems?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Stephen is referencing him visiting Dale. And so the
Oh, wow.
second he said that he visited him, I was like, oh, then this gentleman must have advanced Alzheimer's or dementia, something like that. That kind of those types of diseases really thin the veil between this earth and the other realm. He wants you to know, Nana, that he is also around you a lot. You said this is your nephew?
Yes.
He is around you a lot. And he is teasing you. And he's saying that you work too hard. He's making me want to rub my legs. Do you have a job where you stand up a lot, you walk a lot?
Yep. That's all I do. Yep.
Yeah. He's
And I've been
telling,
complaining about my legs hurting to my husband just every night. And I'm like, my legs so hurt. Yep.
yeah. So the fact that he's acknowledging something that you complain about is a sign that he is around you. And he's telling you to slow down, to get a different job if you have to, but you really need to get off your feet so much.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, Christy. That was just wow. That was awesome.
Perfect timing. Thank
I
you.
know. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.
All right. So let's see. I wanted to come back up here. Let's see. And he lived on the East Coast. He and his dad had a motocross. One had motorcycle. You know, I want to pull Beth up here. Beth, I'm going to ask you to go live. I'm not quite sure why I want to do that, but I do. Just give me the power and I'll just go crazy. Hi, Miss Beth.
Hi there.
Where are you located?
Where am I located? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
where do you live?
I live in Rhode Island, the border of Rhode Island and Mass,
All
but
right.
his dad lived down south, and they both did together for quite some time.
Okay, and when you say who was this person to you, the one who did the murder?
My ex-husband and my son.
And your son is in spirit?
Yes, they both are.
I have the younger of the two here, which would be your son. Now, think about your ex-husband and your son. I'm hearing an R name like Ray or Raymond. Who was that to them?
Robert,
Robert.
the grandfather.
Okay. They are referencing, they're laughing, like these two gentlemen stepped up. I'm trying to pull the son away from the group of them, but they were like, no, we have, he was saying this, our name. It's like they're having a family reunion over there. You have a lot of men in spirit.
I do.
Now, I'm sure you have some women here and there, but they are really referencing all the men that are over there. Now, your son is referencing that he self-medicated, which basically he liked to do a few drugs. He's also referencing this diatribe that Spirit has been having me go off on. So anyone listening, I want y'all to pay attention because a Spirit referenced it the other day, and so is your son, Beth. He keeps saying, these spirits keep saying, you're not smarter than the drugs. People think they're smarter than the drugs. You're not smarter than the drugs. So did drugs take your son off this planet?
Yes, he was in a hospital waiting to go to a detox, and they did not do proper protocol and not let visitors in, and a visitor came in and gave him a pure fentanyl. Unbeknownst to my son from the messages I read on his phone after.
Yes, and that is very much what I'm saying, because he's saying, you didn't hear me say that he took himself off the planet. I did not say that. I said that he was acknowledging. And the reason I'm reiterating this, because Beth, I don't want you to think that your son took himself off this planet. He did not.
Right.
He had no idea, and that's the reason he keeps saying, everyone listen up, you're not smarter than the drugs. Your son thought he was going to be smarter than the drugs. And I'm hearing, and it makes sense, just one more time, just one last time.
Right. Yeah, he
And
was so sick with withdrawal.
he wanted it to stop. He wanted the
Yeah,
pain to stop. He didn't say he wanted the pain to stop. Let me correct that. He said he wanted the edge taken off.
right. I understand that.
Beth, he is telling me that he is do you need a new car? Have you been having problems with your car?
Yes.
Because he showed me sitting, he said, I'm around her all the time. For those of you who watch me know that I don't just say that. And he showed me sitting in the car with you. And then before he could say anything else, he said she needs a new one.
Yes.
Um, So he's showing me get yourself a new car. He's actually referencing, and I'm not sure if this is possible for you. I know cars are expensive, but for a while, for each of our kids while they were in college, we leased them a little Honda Civic, which was, fairly inexpensive in the whole realm of things. And he is saying, do something
Right.
like that, Mom. You need to be safe.
Right.
He doesn't feel like he's
Yeah.
safe in this car. And this boy is always around you. He's always worried about his mama's safety.
He always was. Yes.
Yes, he was a mama's boy.
He
Uh,
was. Yeah. My
he-
only boy. I have others, but my only son.
Also, he showed me pancakes. Who loves pancakes?
Oh, we would do those every Sunday. We
Okay.
would have plain or chocolate chip, and that was all with the 4 kids growing up. That would be our ritual.
Okay, very good. So I love that he knew I was about to close down the reading. I love he wanted to leave it on just that fun memory of
Yeah.
those
Thank
Sunday
you.
morning pancakes. And that's what spirits talk about when they step forward. They talk about those small moments that
Right.
mean so much
Mean
to them.
so much. Yes. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Okay, you as well.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
All right. I appreciate him stepping up and Beth taking him, and the spirit did a really good job with his information, I just have to say. Okay. Let's see. We doing more spirit flood? Everyone's digging it. That's a technical term for my moderator. Everyone's digging it. All right. I want to thank everyone who is sharing and liking my live. I really appreciate y'all's help. I appreciate y'all trying to, get me out there in the algorithm, tell your friends to follow, just keep sharing and liking. Also, on Wednesday, this coming up Wednesday evening, I have a free Zoom event. It is about, I break down some readings and talk about how I get information from spirit. It is to advertise my advanced mediumship class that's coming up April 3rd. If you've ever taken an intro class for me, or if you have any reading experience, you can just register for the advanced class. We'll be talking about things like double linking. You're welcome, Beth. And like how do you get certain information, force connections, those types of things. And what do you do if you get a no? Let's say, everyone, not everyone, but a lot of times when people start learning to read and they say something and the person they're reading is like, nope, that's not right, then they shut down. We figure sometimes those no's can be your biggest opportunities. And we figure out, why did you get the no? How do you get around it? Like, what does this no mean? Okay. Aw, thank you. Oh, who said that? Tracy. Thank you. All right. Let's see who we got going on here. There was a whole group stepping up, and I was just waiting for them to figure out who was going to win. I have a gentleman stepping up. He feels like a dad energy. He worked a lot with cars, but I do not see him actually physically working on them. I see him more of selling the cars, doing the paperwork behind the scenes to finance the car. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing him constantly driving a different car. Like he would always, where's my hair here? You just never knew when he came home from work what he was going to be driving because he worked selling cars, and sometimes he would just decide he would drive a different one home from work, and sometimes he would decide he would buy a different one at work. He also is showing me that he wore glasses, and I'm feeling dark rimmed glasses. I'm sorry because I was about to say dark rim like mine, but mine are actually you can see they're Tiffany glasses. I think they're Tiffany. I forget what the brand name is. Anyway, you see how they're blue on the inside? And so he was teasing me about that. He's like, heck no, that's way too feminine for him. There is a Frank connection around him. I'm hearing this FR name, Frank or Fred. He's showing me a lot of, I don't know, 70s, 80s clothes. Maybe it's more like 80s, but not dress clothes, more of like slacks and button-up shirts. And he's always wore his shirt tucked in. I'm seeing a belt, and I'm seeing Fred. Name is Fred. Why not my dad? Okay, so why not? Are you saying this is your dad? Not enough people to go live. Not quite. All right. What'd you say? Oh, okay. All right, Miss Wynot, are you saying this is your dad? Okay, so yes, I did say, but this is the description I gave. I did say it was a dad energy, and I did say the name was Fred, which I see that you are confirming that. You said your dad's name is Fred. But did the other information fit? The information about him working some kind of sales when it came to cars. He was always driving a different car home. You never knew if he was going to buy a different car, if he was just driving one off the lot. He's also showing me that he had some dark rimmed glasses. He's showing me that when he went to work, he would wear... Okay, was he in some kind of sales capacity at all? She's saying not car sales, so maybe we're not with her. All right, so let me repeat this gentleman. We'll see if we can find a fit for him. This gentleman is, those glasses look fun. Oh, thank you. And yeah, I so appreciate, a couple of people have said that about my glasses. I so appreciate it. I just don't like the way I look in glasses, so I really try not to wear them, but my contacts were bothering me. I so appreciate y'all being so positive about that. Thank you. Okay, this gentleman I'm hearing an FR name around him, Frank or Fred. He is showing me that he's a dad energy. He worked in some kind of sales capacity. He is showing me a lot of cars, so I'm assuming it's car sales. He had dark rimmed glasses, and he's showing me a lot of 80s type clothes. And he dressed in slacks and button-up shirts. He's being very specific that he always had a white t-shirt on under his button-up shirts, and he's always wearing a belt. So does this gentleman fit anyone? I see that. I want to thank everyone so much who is liking and sharing my live. Okay, Alexandra is saying, my grandfather was Fred, but he didn't wear glasses, and he worked polishing cars for fun. All right, Miss Alexandra, we're going to see if we can get Miss Alexandra on here. Are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. So now people call you Alex?
Yeah, people call me Alex.
Okay, very good. Where are you located, Miss Alex?
I am in Virginia.
Virginia. I think Virginia is so beautiful.
It is.
Okay, we've been actually looking at land, and we first started looking. I was trying to talk my family into looking in Virginia, and no one was having it. But I think because it's kind of remote and everyone was wanting to be a little bit further south, y'all can get kind of cold there still.
Right.
Okay, so now the grandfather energy was was Fred. Now, did your grandfather like to drive different cars?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
because because some of it didn't fit completely. So I was like, okay, let's break it down to some of the big things she showed me, which was driving different cars. You did confirm that he liked to have the different cars. Now, you said he didn't wear glasses, but do you remember him having dark rimmed reading glasses? Do you remember ever having reading glasses?
He had reading glasses, but I don't think they were dark rimmed. I think they were pretty like standard glasses.
Okay, very good. I will take the reading glasses then because he is definitely showing me. He showed me looking at a car. The reason I said he wore glasses, he showed me looking at a car and he's doing this. So he must have put his reading, and I assumed it was glasses because he's looking at a car like this. But if he was so particular about polishing cars, I could see him putting reading glasses on to look at something really close on the car.
Gotcha.
I assumed it was just regular glasses because most people do not put reading glasses on to look at a car, but you said that he liked to, polish them, so that would
Oh
make sense.
yeah. He had like 4 different cars like that he owned at a time, and he spent all his time on his cars. That was all he cared about.
So my moderator, for those listening, just said I do that. So I don't know where I was. I was out of town recently, and he always has to find a project to entertain himself when I'm out of town. And apparently he was polishing our cars, and he was telling me that he did that exact same thing my moderator did. He put his reading glasses on while he was buffing out our cars because he was trying to see something. All right. So your grandfather stepped up, and when I said that, he started laughing, and he's like, he's a good man, which tells me so much about your grandfather. He was a funny guy. He,
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
Always telling a joke.
always telling, he didn't take life too seriously, and he accepted people for who and where they were in life.
100%.
Now, I'm surprised you know that about your grandfather. A lot of people don't know that about their grandparents.
We were extremely close. He was more like a father to me than anything else.
He wants you to know how much he is around you, and you talk to him, and he is saying that he can hear you.
Oh, wow.
He's also saying that, have you noticed like words or phrases dropping in, and you're like, oh, well, that must have been me talking to myself, but you weren't 100% convinced it was you?
Yeah, that's definitely happened.
Yes, that's your grandfather. That's a sign of clear audience, clear hearing, and it's just when spirit drops words in. If you're not used to it, it can be confusing because it kind of comes in our voice, but the energy is off. And that's what you recognize, like, well, I guess that was me, but it felt weird.
Yeah, I've had sort of like a spiritual awakening over the last couple of years, and that was something that I was like, okay, like what did I just hear? Is that like, I knew it wasn't me, but I was like, not sure. And
Right.
going through a spiritual awakening, it's also like new stuff to me, so.
It is. A spiritual awakening, it can be kind of scary and difficult because it's a huge transition for you, and you start looking at life completely different than you did before.
For sure.
Your grandfather is also talking about how proud he is of you because in the last, I know you said you had the spiritual awakening a few years ago, but he is specifically focusing on the last year. You've made a lot of changes for the positive in your life. And some of them, and you just went through your life and you didn't do it meanly. He's not saying you did it meanly, but you were cutting people and things off that needed to go. You were really trimming down your life.
I agree with that, yeah.
And he's talking about how proud he is of you for doing that because it's hard. It's hard to trim down people and things out of our life.
For sure.
All right. Thank you, Alex, for letting me read your grandfather.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. These spirits, let me disconnect here. My iPad is not. Okay. My iPad was having a little bit of a glitch. It didn't. Have you ever been touching a touch screen and it's like not activating that you are touching it? All right, that's what was happening. Okay, now I will not be Venmoing. Don't Venmo anyone any money. I will not be direct messaging you. I know spirits are coming in hot today, aren't they, Nana Ray Ray? I say that sometimes. I was like, man, these spirits are on fire. I'm shutting down my TikTok live, but I'm popping over to Instagram. If anyone wants to continue hearing readings, pop over to my Instagram account, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. That's where I'm going to be for the next little while. So it'll take me a few minutes to get over there. I need to shut this down and then open up Instagram and get going on that. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Thank you for everyone who has liked my live and shared it. Also, anyone who's interesting, Instagram where you're so funny. Instagram where I have a face. I know it's so funny. People will come and they will tell me their TikTok handle. Like I won't recognize them and they'll say, oh, I'm such and such on TikTok. I was like, oh yeah. I remember that. I remember that TikTok handle. Wednesday, if you're interested, I'm having a free event, but you have to register for it on my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, under the event section. And Wednesday evening, we're going to be breaking down some readings. All right. Thank you, Miss D. Thank you. I will see y'all on Instagram, whoever wants to join me over there.